Here today with Liberty Bird Soaps, making another soap. This soap today is going to be scented with cucumber melon. So in here I have my oils. They are olive oil, coconut oil, sunflower oil, Crisco, and avocado oil. So those are in here. Everything is temped here to just under 100. Oops. And so I'm going to add my lye water. So the oils here look a little green because my olive oil that I'm using is a different olive oil than I'm used to, and it just has a far greener tint than I am used to. So the lye water is mixed into this oil, or poured into the oil at this point, not really mixed in. Just cleaning up my mess here. We have that, and now we're going to take the stick blender and we're going to mix it all up. Alright, so we're just going to mix these up. This with my spatula, see where it is for consistency. Scrape down the sides here, and it is, I'm going to stick blend it a little bit more. Alrighty, so before I get this all mixed up with colors and fragrance oil, today we are using Cucumber Melon by Aztec International. They, this is a 1 ounce, so for a pound of soap it takes about half. Absolutely love Aztec. I highly recommend them in terms of like a new soaper or somebody who doesn't make huge batches. They actually do monthly, from my knowledge, deal where you can get up to 5 samples, so the 1 ounces you can get 5 of them for $1 each. So you end up doing $5. Their shipping is also pretty reasonable, so I just recommend them. So in here, so for this soap, we're using that cucumber melon. I have it here. I'm going to pour it on in. This is vanilla free, vanillin free, whatever it is. So this one doesn't have to have a stabilizer, and if you happen to watch the almond soap video, you will see that that one I had to add a stabilizer to. So this soap is going to be 3 different colors. 2 shades of green, well, let's see, yeah, 2 shades of green, and then a majority of it is going to be orange. Kind of get the cucumber melon vibe here. So I'm going to bring in my cups here, and then I'm going to split this off a little bit. So I'm going to do about equal parts of the 2 greens that I'm using. So I'm going to have to do some cleaning. So this here, the big one, is going to be orange, but I'm going to do the orange second. And then these 2 are going to be green. 2 greens that I'm using. Now the other thing that I absolutely love, so Aztec is where I got my scents. I just purchased a bunch of Micas from Nurture Soap. Now these I did not know were going to come in these little itty bitty jars. So they're these super cute jars that they came in, and these are 5 grams. I bought 2 sets. I bought the Vibrance Mica set because from other soapers on YouTube I've heard that this is really good, and then I ended up buying like a mystery pack, so I got just a bunch of random colors. I got some greens, I got some like hot pinks. You'll definitely see them in upcoming videos. But today, for the green, I am going to be using this Camouflage Mica and then Green Vibrance Mica. So I'm not going to need a whole bunch of mica in here because my whole soap is a pound, and it says you need about 1 to 2 tablespoons. So for this, I'm going to use a 1/4, not a tablespoon, a teaspoon This is going to be 1/4 of a teaspoon. And I can always add more. And now the green Vibrance mica. From what I've seen from the green Vibrance, it sometimes morphs to a funny gray color when it is mixed, but as it cures, it goes back to the green. So I might have to try and get my stick blender into these little cups. Probably should have done that in a different order. You always want to go from lightest to darkest, and I'm pretty sure this is the darkest color I'm going to be using. And this is the green. So now the orange that I'm going to be making is going to be actually 2 oranges together. One of the things that I found out about Nurture Soap, on their website they have like a color mixer, so you can actually take the micas that you own and say, alright, I want to know what it will look like if I mix camouflage green with this green, which is the green Vibrance, and then it will kind of show you the different gradients or the different colors that it will cause depending on the ratio you put in of the colors. So I'm going to try and pulse these. I'm not sure how well that worked. I'm not sure if I was able to get deep enough. I need wider cups. Should have stirred the other one first. So this is definitely like a brown at the moment, but like I said, greens, from what I've seen, tend to morph into a funny color and then turn green again once we get to the final product. So now what I'm going to do before I actually mix up the orange is I'm going to pour these greens because I want them to set up a little bit, and then while they set up I can mix up my orange. What I'm going to be using for a mold today is my 1 pound loaf mold. This mold made with spare wood. My husband made it for me. Lined with freezer paper at the moment. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of alternate back and forth here. Like a swirl, drop swirl I think it's called. So there is the green. So those were just kind of alternated, dropped in there. Pound this down a little bit. Get the bubbles out here with a little rubbing alcohol, and then this is just going to sit for a minute off to the side here, and I'm going to bring in this. So now this second half of this soap is going to be 1 part orange Vibrance mica and 1 part cantaloupe mica. So this soap with the melon, my thought on melon was obviously cantaloupe, and it was just amazing that I had bought this fragrance oil, and then in my mystery mica pack I got a cantaloupe soap, cantaloupe mica. So 1 part cantaloupe to 1 part orange Vibrance. Now this one, you are going to, this section of the soap, since it's in this bigger container, I am going to be able to pulse it, and you will see this beautiful color spread over this soap. So in order to do this, I'm going to put a bulk of that in under my stick blender, and that's because mica is going to fly if you don't. soap is. I have to say this fragrance oil works wonderfully in terms of it's not accelerating. I don't know if it's decelerating, I don't know. But at this point, this is still very fluid, and I'm going to have to wait a moment to pour it until the green section just gets a little bit harder. So, we'll be right back. Hey everybody, welcome back. So this soap has actually hardened up quite a bit, and both of them have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stir this around, and it's completely fine that this is hardened up because I actually want to texture the top of it. So stirred that up. I'm going to bring back in the green. I'm just going to wipe off the sides here. So this is hardened up to the point where it's not really jiggling when I move it like that. And what I'm going to do is I want it to not break that layer. So I'm going to pour this like so. Get one layer and then just tap it down a little bit. And then I'm just going to pour the rest of this soap into this mold. All of the soap doesn't want to fit in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this harden a bit, and then I will put a bit more onto the middle, and that way when I do my little texturing on the top, I have a little bit extra to play with. And this soap has hardened up quite nicely, so I'll be able to probably get this soap finished shortly. Alright, so I'm just going to get the last of this soap on here. It's still a little liquidy, but it's 11 o'clock at night. Let this harden up just a little bit more. I'm just going to leave it at that. I've lifted these up to kind of keep it from spilling over, and I will be back tomorrow to unmold it. Hey everyone, it's Haley back here to cut this cucumber melon soap. As you can see, the orange on top is beautiful. This is what one side looks like. I don't think I've trimmed this side. And then this is what the other side looks like, which I have trimmed. Look at the swirl. So see that green that kind of had morphed to a funny color? Look at how bright it is now. And then this is that camo. And then this is the two shades of orange mixed together. It was Orange Vibrance and Cantaloupe mixed together. So I've marked the top here, how I'm going to cut it. I'm going to have two little samples, and I do have a little sample here already. And I think I'll end up with 4 bars. So I'm going to chop the ends off first here. So I don't have a soap cutter, I do just use this knife. So each piece is definitely going to be different size. About roughly the same size, but definitely a little different. Hey everyone, so the battery died in the camera. So I'm here to cut the last few pieces. So this is the last one I cut about 3 hours ago. So there is that. So remember, this is cucumber melon. The bottom bit obviously is the cucumber inspiration, and the top is the melon inspiration. Oops. wonder, I don't know how well you guys can see this, but there is like a lighter orange and then a darker orange in the middle. I'm wondering if that middle is going to stay that dark, or if during the curing process they will all blend into one. Ooh, this swirl is so pretty. There you go. Thanks for watching.